Hello. I guess it works now. we just got a brand new sound system, so we're still working out the kinks a little bit. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm so excited there are so many people here. This is really, really exciting. Thank you so much. I know you had a lot of things you could do on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and you chose to be here with us, so we are so, so happy that you're here. First, let me give some thanks. First to First English Baptist Church, FEBC, for letting us have this today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, PFLAG. Where are my PFLAG folks? Hi. And Action Together. Where are my Action Together folks? And NEPA Stands Up. Yay! Thank you, everybody, and just thank you for all of you that spread the word to get more people here today, so thank you for that. I'm Kristina Culver, for those of you who do not know me. Kristina and that guy back there, Travis, is my husband, and we are the co-chairs of the Columbia County Chapter of Defense of Democracy, and this is a film festival, and I know somebody said, but you're only watching one film. It actually is happening all over the country today, yesterday, and Friday. So you're actually joining groups that watch this movie all over the country. Oklahoma, which is having a lot of drama right now, they actually had to postpone theirs because of a tornado. Texas, Florida, California, Ohio, Tennessee, you name it, we have a chapter in that state, and everybody came together to do this. A couple housekeeping things to start. The bathrooms are behind you. The exits are where you came in. Not that we think there's going to be any emergency, but if there would be, if you would also go out that door, if you hit the wall, make a left, and you'll be outside. You can also, in case of a crazy emergency, if you go back here, you go up those steps and down those steps, and that will take you outside as well. So if there would be any kind of emergency, that's all where our exits are. And the schedule, so we're going to have a couple speakers. I promise you we're only going to talk for a little bit. And then we're going to get our movie started. And then we're going to take a brief intermission after the movie, because I don't know about you, but an hour and a half, I need a bathroom by then. And then we're going to have, you're welcome to stay if you have to go, I understand that as well, but we're going to have a little discussion, and our pastor, Pastor Lee, is going to help me lead that, because I have a feeling, if you haven't seen this movie, you're going to have some strong feelings and thoughts, so we're going to give you some time to talk about it. I also want to stress that this is absolutely a safe space for everyone, and we're going to keep it that way during the movie and during our discussion. Because a special shout out to those of you in the LGBTQ community, because I know just setting foot in a church, let alone a Baptist church, may have been the hugest thing that you've done in a while or today. Because a lot of times you come into churches and you think, okay, it's going to be good, and it's all a trap and a trick. This is not. This is a safe space. You are loved, you are welcomed, you are affirmed, the whole 9 yards. So I want to thank you for being here. And actually, how we got this movie, Travis and I have been following it for years. It is truly an indie film. There is no money being funneled into this movie. It is some people that really, director and producers, that really wanted to make this film. And so they've been spending years now trying to get it distributed. And they reached out to our group, Action Together, and said, we would like you, that we will give you the movie for free. We want you to just screen it all over the country so that people can learn about our film. I think, so what we're going to do now is I have a couple people that are going to come up and say just a couple of words. I have Dominic from NEPA Stands Up. I'm going to make him go first. He's going to tell you a little bit about their group.
Not a problem. All right, thank you. How's everybody doing today? All right. So my name is Dominic Santiago. I am the communications director for the NEPA Stands Up chapter. We focus on a lot of politics within Lackawanna and Luzerne County. We are part of a bigger organization of Pennsylvania Stands Up, where we fight to, elect candidates that we feel hold our interests as people and of, the great Pennsylvania and the Commonwealth, to make it a better place for everybody. So we do a lot of work, grassroots work, to really try to push for our endorsed candidates. We had Jessica Rothschild recently get re-elected into the City Council for Scranton, as well as helping Fern and Megan out in Luzerne County with their campaigns as well. So we do a lot of good work, and we're hoping to keep that up and keep that momentum going. And as communications, so I do a lot of the social media posts for NEPA Stands Up for our chapter. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Okay, and then now we have Darcy and John Decker. I think Darcy's going to be our speaker. John's your translator though, right? Is that what he says? And she is from PFLAG Danville, PFLAG of Danville and Central Susquehanna Valley. And Darcy is amazing and does such good work. It doesn't like people to say that. But also, from what I've learned of Darcy, Darcy saw a need and filled it and then went above and beyond to keep it going. So Darcy is wonderful. Let's hear it for Darcy.
Well, let's not hear it for me, let's hear it for PFLAG. PFLAG is the largest and oldest LGBTQ and family organization in the country, started by a mom whose gay son was beat up in a parade that later became the Pride Festival March in New York City. And it was during the time of Stonewall, where people were getting beaten up and police were coming after them. So she marched in the parade, said, "Parents, unite in support of our children." And kids kept coming up to her and saying, "Can you talk to my mom?" And so they did that, and that's how PFLAG started. So what we offer, we complement what some of these other organizations are doing. We can't promote candidates because we're a registered 501c3. We don't do as much in the schools, although that can be part of what we do, so we work together with Defense of Democracy. What we do is we have a private Facebook page. We have groups for parents, especially, but are also open to, we have many members who are in the LGBTQ community, adults. We don't work with children, and allies are also welcome because there's lots of allies. So we have meetings in person in Danville, in Selinsgrove, and also accessible online. So we have a table out there. We have lots of literature. We're not a religious organization, but I brought a lot of our library holdings that are religious books. You're welcome to borrow any if you'd like to. I know where many of you live. So we also have cards, literature. We have lists of affirming organizations within every denomination. If you happen to belong to a church that is not yet fully affirming, you'll find, there's the More Like Presbyterians, the Association of Welcoming Baptists, there's Open and Affirming for the UCC. There's even an Amish website. You can find just about any denomination there with information. So take advantage of that table. Thank you.
And then we have Jess Britton from Action Together, who I did not tell her until she walked in, "Hey, you want to say a few words?" So it's going to be all off the fly, but she's got this. I am also a proud member of Action Together, and I'm going to turn it over to Jess.
Yeah, Kristina was like, "Oh, hey, do you want to say something?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." No, hi everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Jess Britton. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the organizing director for Action Together NEPA, which is a grassroots progressive advocacy organization. And we're membership and chapter based, which means that we're organizing in our communities right here, but all across the northeast of Pennsylvania. The goal of Action Together is to always empower our members and empower our communities to make the change that they want to see. And could not be more proud to be associated with Travis and Kristina for the amazing work that they have done to make this and so many other things possible. We know that our kids are not safe. We know that trans and non-binary kids, queer kids are not safe. But we also know that queer families make our communities better. So, very excited to see this documentary today and to talk about what we can do as we go forward to make it a safe space, not just within these walls, but everywhere. So, thank you, Kristina, very much.
Okay, before we get started, while Travis starts to queue up, we have a brief little message from our national organization. Let's see, I don't want to start too, that might be showing up late. So I'll just tell you a little bit about why this movie is so important to me. Like I said, about 3 years ago, it was just a trailer on Facebook. And I remember seeing it, and I actually went back to look at my post, and as soon as I saw it, I posted, and I was like, everybody stop what you're doing and watch this. Every single person stop what you're doing and watch this. Because where I had come from, my childhood, I was raised in a very evangelical, fundamental Baptist church. My grandfather was the fire and brimstone preacher that pounded on the pulpit. My mom can attribute to that. And we didn't wear pants, we didn't cut our hair, we didn't dance, we didn't go to the movies, and we definitely were never allowed to be gay. There were members of our church who were no longer members of the church when they came out. So for me in my childhood, that was kind of where I was coming from, and especially this film. Again, this is a safe space. This film is not a religious movie, but it deals a lot with what has been done in the name of God, in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Bible, to the LGBTQ community. For me, luckily I went to college. I did a crazy thing and became a social worker. And I met a lot of people, and I met a lot of queer people who actually were the most kindest, nicest, giving, just amazing people, and it really made me question all that I had been told as a child. But always in the back of my head was, but the verses, those verses that I kept hearing that were ingrained into me as a child, how did that account for things? Well, for me, it impacted my faith, but not that I continued to think those things, but instead it was, okay, then faith, all that stuff I was told is all made up and it's all a lie, and I'm just going to reject my faith. And then Travis drugged me to this church after we got married. Thanks, Travis. And we came here, and I found a completely different story, one of love. I recently gave a speech at a rally in Wilkes-Barre, and I said, what Christian nationalism in this country right now that is pushing this racist, homophobic, transphobic agenda, that is not Christianity. Christianity is love one another. Christianity is love your neighbor as yourself. Christianity is judge not lest ye be judged. That's what that is. What we're seeing, if we turn on the news, that is hate, that is bigotry. And that is wrong, and even if you say it's in the name of your faith, it shouldn't be. But again, everything in the back of my head was always but the verses. And then I saw this trailer and went, oh, maybe the verses weren't meant to say that in the first place. And I will say, after I posted that, I got huge pushback from a lot of my family. And that's the same pushback when I started researching to show this movie to you. The pushback from the evangelical community is similar to what I got personally. It's that doesn't matter. Even if, as we're going to learn, it's a mistranslation of the Bible, it doesn't matter, because if you tried to mistranslate the Bible, God would strike you dead. So therefore, that is what, so if you go out, because I have pins that say, asking about 1946, you might be told that, like, well, it doesn't matter because God would strike, and that's literally what I was told as well. And when you look at a lot of the reviews for this movie, that's kind of where a lot of them are coming from. But the verses of the Bible have been translated to promote Jim Crow, slavery, horrible things have been done with how the Bible is translated. There's even, this was a couple of years back, there was someone who redid the Bible and took out anything that was too liberal that Jesus said. So, I know for a fact that you can change the Bible and God will not strike you dead. But I just wanted to kind of give you that because that is what you will see if you look this up after you go home and what the other side was saying. But again, this is a beautiful movie. Travis and I have gotten to see it. It's absolutely amazing. I know you're going to like it. And right before we start, Travis is going to play a really quick, I promise it's like 2-minute long video.